It's hot outside where I live, unbearably hot. And along with the heat and the humidity, I have bees back again that are nesting below my bird feeder. So nothing is, everything is symbolic and speaks to me in languages, universal language, or just how I receive messages. So the birds and the bees, right? And they're aggressive birds. They're birds. They're aggressive bees. They're yellow jackets. They're not pollinators. They will sting over and over, sting and bite over and over. They will attack. So, and I did a short last night just sort of watching them battle and fight each other, which I was feeling. I'm not having this experience, but I was picking up in the collective field some aggression and fights. So I came home today after buying more bird seed, realizing, oh, I might have to either, if I really want to feed the birds, which I really do, I might have to brave it and go up my ladder to retrieve the bird feeder and hope that I am not stung by the yellow jackets. We did spray, and I'm against sprays and poisons, but there was nothing else we could do. And like I said, we have little children here, and I'm highly allergic, so they're aggressive. But they speak, the message is clear for me. And if it's clear for me, I want to share it with anybody out there that may resonate with the message of the birds and the bees. First, we're starting off with Mars, still working. It's a separating conjunction, but has still been working with the south node of the moon in Virgo. And so you may find yourself feeling slower, tired, less ambitious, less motivated, and also facing or reviewing your past. This all serves a purpose. And I definitely have been doing some deep dives yet again. It's another layer, a layer of page that is being exposed to me so that I can work with the energies. But it's interesting because the message was clear. I want to spend time with the birds. I want to feed the birds. I want to spend time watching the birds. I want to spend time flying, being in the etheric realms. Yet these aggressive bees nesting below the bird feeder represent unprocessed anger and aggression within me from my past, and probably past lives and other things that have been passed down. Because I've also noticed very strongly that escapism patterns are very strong for me right now in any way, shape, or form. And it's not that I don't dive into every experience that's brought to me, but when we're in this liminal space of there may be a lot of things that open up or happen for you, and then there's this space in between. It's almost feels like a gap or a bridge. And now I don't remember, but today is the 25th of July. I don't remember if this is Hindu or Mayan, so please correct me. I'm just going to put it out there that today is known as the day of timelessness. And I certainly started to notice that, and it would be great if it was timelessness and I was able to be outside for longer than like a half an hour, just completely drenched in sweat. Like if I was able to just be in my childlike, playful experiences with the birds and with everything. Yet there's been a lot of responsibilities that have crept up, a lot of things that I did get everything done, and I look at the clock and it's like, it seems like time stood still, and I remembered, oh, this is the day of timelessness. So then the parts of me that are like, okay, let's just escape for the rest of the day. Let's, in any way, and you may find this to be creeping back up for you, whether they are addicted. We're all addicted to stuff. Our phones, escapism in some form. And so I found these patterns of rising very strong, and visiting them, only to find that they don't actually bring the pleasure that they once did, which is interesting also. And then I just keep hearing, what are you trying to escape from? Why can't you just be? Why can't you just be in a day of timelessness? And there's all these reasons. It's really stinking hot, even too hot to go outside and be with the birds and the bees. Yes, there's bodies of water around me, and today they are packed with people, and I just don't. I need space. I need my own space. So this is interesting dynamic, and I know it's temporary. We are going through a tunnel, a bridge, some liminal space in between our past experiences, our past versions of ourselves, and where we are headed. So our action, our masculine energy within all of us, not gender, but energy, is still working pretty strongly with the south node of the moon, and will start to separate more and more through Saturday, Sunday. You might still feel this energy pull back into the past, or just like, I don't have any mojo. I don't have any ambition. I don't have any energy. I just want to sleep more. I just want to, and that can be an escapism thing too, right? Not that, we don't need sleep. Listen to your body, but it's just interesting to me, this energy today, this week. And being grateful to have been given a lot of free time and space. Sorry, I'm just a mess. I didn't expect to come on this video, and it doesn't matter. That's an old Leo archetype for me. What was I saying now? See? Liminal space. How do you handle that within yourself? How do you handle timelessness? Because I guarantee for a lot of us, these either inner child wounds want to come out to communicate, and the feminine energy wants to talk as well. This is energy, not gender. The suppressed feminine energy wants to talk very strongly through many of us, and this can be through what's known as the sacred rage, the sacred fire, the no more. I am no longer going to be suppressed. I am no longer going to succumb. I am no longer going to people please. I no longer am going to gaslight myself. I am rising. I am fire. I am the fire within you. And many of us want to dim that fire because we're afraid of it. There could be power games, power dynamics that are being reenacted. These are all reenactments of the past. Maybe even you'll see some of your parents' behavior come out in you or others, past life. There's a lot of, we'll call them sacred reenactments. If you are experiencing some difficulties in relationships, know that it is meant to get you unstuck and no longer being trapped in fear. The Hanged, this is a perfect depiction of the energy. It's suspension, suspended, hung up. This is sacred time, the sacred pause, so that we can get back in touch with our true self, get back in touch with a new perspective, the true perspective. That's interesting, the true perspective. Seeing things from both sides, and then seeing the truth. Because we all play these reenactments with each other. Our wounded parts reenact experiences with another person's wounded parts. And many people have been trapped, blind, unable to see that. This is early life, past life, ancestral patterns, these reenactments. I'm just looking down at my notes from the other night when just before I went into a very deep, dark, sacred rage moment with myself. There we go. Rising once again. This is a period of time for so many people, myself included, to get a chance to understand what has kept us trapped, what has kept us blind, what has kept us playing small, what has kept us imprisoned. Self-sabotage is coming up very strongly, and I see exactly how I self-sabotage myself all the time. I would love to have a sacred partner in life, someone who is my equal, and then I'm shown all of my patterns, and it's like, do you really want that page, or do you want to keep working through your patterns? You know, there comes a time when our vision is pretty clear on ourselves. We know ourselves well enough that if we are interacting with an equal, that actually may be the healing and the unity consciousness that's needed for many of us. Because that is something deep that my inner child has been sort of raging about, so to speak. And we do have 4 of inspiration below that with the 8 of material. These are people in your life that you don't have to like work hard to understand or get. These are our equals. And so what are we talking about with that? Let's see. This is interesting. So those of you who are in relationships and sacred soul contracts, the mirror is strong with Mars and Venus battling it out. Not battling it out. I want to take that back. Challenging each other to become the best versions, the healthiest versions of self. This is also a time for that sacred pause. There is a lot of intuitive senses that are getting picked up on, it's almost like psychic development is very strong right now throughout the collective field. Knight of Voices overall confirms that. And we're not taking all of these, but the first card I see is forgiveness. We have near-death experience, which in this card depicts the annihilation of the old self, which would be the inner protector, the ego. Not annihilation of the ego, but it is getting dismantled yet again and restructured. It's interesting also driving home today, I took a different way because I noticed this morning there was road construction going one way. So coming home, I was like, I'm not going to take that way. I'm going to take a different way. And there was road construction there. And I just kept hearing reconstruction, reconstruction. We're going through a reconstruction. You may notice your tendency to bypass spiritually or otherwise some of the hard stuff, the difficult stuff that rises, but know that this is helping us get into our natural vibration and flow it with these energies with grace and love. Overall, at the bottom here is giving from the heart. not out of the need to perform, the need to please other people. So we are definitely crossing a large bridge, crossing the Rubicon, so to speak, into a brand new territory. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, try to notice your patterns of escapism. I'm noticing mine. It's not that you need to shame or guilt yourself for them, but just recognize them. Just see what we do unconsciously or consciously to bypass some hard, feeling. Sometimes we like to just blame it. Oh, the collective energy, it's so hard. Well, what is this telling me? Because I've gotten to a space in my life where I can ride through the hard, I feel them. I can crash through those waves. For those of you who like to go out into the ocean, and you have to get through those hardcore waves crashing down before you can get to the other side where it's more calm and more enjoyable, unless you're a surfer. Even surfers have to crash through the waves to get to the breaking point. Interesting, the breaking point. I don't know. I'm picking up so many messages, so I don't know what to do with my time other than to just continue to pull cards, relay messages, write things down. Make sure that you ask questions and you communicate. Be straightforward, be honest, be open, be real through this passage, because this is what it's showing us, where we may not speak up, where we keep ourselves small, where we're giving our power away to others. And it comes from a very, very deep place within the inner child. And possibly how we were either punished or ostracized or, bullied or made fun of, or just not received in our younger years, whether it be through family, whether it be through, school, society, you name it. All those wounds are coming back up, and it's like, let's clear it away, clear it out, give ourselves a nice clean slate to start again. So that is what I have for us all right now. Grace. This too shall pass. And we are moving into a much more authentic passage, through the heart chakra, and giving from the heart, giving and receiving. Feminine energy is receiving, receptive. So that's what I have for us all. Sending you all so much love. Take care. Bye.